So, good morning, students. Today we will discuss one of the most common and destructive natural disaster, flood. So, first of all, flood affect millions of people every year. You heard in some newspaper, news, and from different places that flood affect millions of people every year and cause large, huge economic and environmental issues, environmental losses. So in this lecture, we will understand what floods are, their history, causes, types, geographical distribution, impacts, and measures for control and mitigation. So, in this lecture, we will cover introduction, history, currently occurred flood, types of flood, geographical distribution, measures to control, impacts of flood, agencies to mitigate, and their references. So, the systematic approach we help us to understand floods scientifically as well as socially. So, firstly, what is flood exactly? So, if we conclude or we define flood in very simple way, that a flood is defined as the overflow of water, right? So, overflow of water that submerged land with, which is submerged land which is normally dry. So, flood occur due to heavy rainfall, melting of snow, storm surge, or dam failures. So, flood are most frequent natural disaster globally and result in loss of life, damage to property, and destruction of infrastructure such as roads, bridge, hospitals, etc. So, if we see the history of flood, so in this slide you can see and understand that historically flood have caused massive devastation in India. Major flood occurred in rivers like Narmada, Machu, and Kosi. So the Bihar flood of 1987 caused thousands of deaths and huge economic losses. And internationally, the Mississippi flood of 1993 is considered one of the worst flood in US history. So these examples show that flood are not new but recurring disasters, right? So floods are also recurring disasters, right? Uh, in recent floods, you can see in these slides the massive flood and how the people are devastating, destructed rivers, flood, overflows, submerges the land. So you can see in this slide. And if we talk about the recent flood, so recent flood events include Maharashtra flood of 2021, Assam flood, and the flood in northeastern India and Bangladesh in 2022. So these floods were mainly caused by excessive rainfall and rising river levels. Climate change is increasing the frequency and intensity of flood. After aftermath of Pakistan flood case study. So in this, the Pakistan flood is one of the major case study where million of people were affected, right? Children suffered from malnutrition and waterborne diseases such as diarrhea, malaria, dengue, typhoid. So this shows that flood not only destroy property but also create long-term health and humanitarian crisis, right? So if we discuss about the causes of flood, So, in this slide, the causes of flood are broadly classified in three categories: meteorological, physical, human factors. So, understanding these causes help in better flood prediction and management, right? So, if we talk about the meteorological factor, so heavy rainfall during monsoon is the primary cause of flood in India, right? So, cloud burst in mountainous region cause sudden flood. A cyclone along coastal areas bring storm surge, and heavy rainfall. Global warming causes glaciers melting, sea level rise, and which increase flood risk in low lying areas. If we talk about the physical factors, so the poor drainage system lead to water stagnation, flooding. Catchment areas collect rainwater, and when their storage capacity is exceeded, inflow, rain, river overflow. These natural and structural factors increase flood vulnerability. And if we focus on human factor, so human fact activities create the worst situation for flood. So siltation reduces river depth, deforestation decreases soil absorption capacity, improper agricultural practices increases runoff, dam failure or sudden release of water from reservoir cause flash flood. Urbanization also increases flood risk, right? So, uh, if we discuss about the types of flood, so flood are classified into five types. Flood are coastal flood occur due to storm surge, flash flood occur suddenly in hilly areas, river flood occur when river overflow, pluvial flood occur due to heavy rainfall without river flow, urban flood occur when drainage system fail, right? So these are different types of flood. You can see the geographical distribution in this. Flood prone areas in India include Indo-Gangetic Plain, Brahmaputra Basin, coastal region and Western Ghat. Internationally, flood-prone areas include river basins such as Mississippi, Yangtze, and Nile. These regions have high rainfall and dense river network. And the distribution of flood in India you can see in this slide, and we discussed already the major Brahmaputra river region, central and Deccan region, Ganga river region, north west river region. So state-wise study of flood show that the country's 27% of the flood damage in Bihar and 33% in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand and 15% in Punjab and Haryana. So this is the if, the geographical distribution of flood impacted areas. Now we will discuss about the measures of flood. So the flood risk can be reduced by building dam, embankments and reservoir, proper drainage system and river desilting are important. So afforestation help in water absorption, flood forecasting and early warning system reduce flood loss of life. Various agencies also working for flood control in India, and in this we will discuss about various agencies work to reduce flood impact such as disaster management authorities, meteorological department, NGOs and international agencies are working in this area, especially in India. NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, is working solely for flood control and other measurements, parameters. India Meteorological Department also working for forecasting, evacuation, relief and rehabilitation of floods. Different areas of flood in India. We already discussed for of this. In this, you can see the broad impact of flood: water quality, water regulation, disease, regulation, primary production, soil formation, drinking water. Every domain is impacted with flood, right? So, if we conclude our lecture, flood are unavoidable natural event, but their impact can be minimized through scientific planning, proper management, and public awareness. Integrated flood management is the need of the hour, right? So, in this, you can see the major impact, conclusion, everything. Thank you so much. So, for very informative lectures, you can subscribe, like our channel to get very informative videos. We will discuss, most probably, we will discuss other another natural disaster in next lecture, as well as we will also prepare. We will discuss HPSC um, assistant professor exams regarding HPSC assistant professor exam in next lecture. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.